For decades, corporate strategy relied on the boardroom table. Executives gathered data, debated the findings, and drafted a 5-year plan. That approach treats markets as complicated puzzles with predictable solutions. Real markets are complex. Cause and effect are only clear in hindsight, and the ground often shifts before a 5-year timeline even begins. A CEO who spends 60% of their week synthesizing information and preparing board materials is performing manual staff work. Processing information at human speed creates a structural bottleneck. The traditional C-suite was designed for a world where sensing and synthesis were slow. We see this bottleneck through the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, act. It's the core cycle organizations use to process reality and make decisions. Traditional companies run this loop at a quarterly tempo. By the time they act, they are responding to a picture of reality that is already 3 months out of date. AI-native competitors cycle through this loop daily. They constantly outmaneuver slower rivals, forcing them into a defensive posture. Whoever cycles through the loop faster controls the market. Strategy functions as a live intelligence process, cycling continuously to stay ahead of the competition. The intelligence stack automates the C-suite's data gathering and interpretation. The sense layer uses environmental intelligence agents to continuously monitor competitors, capital flows, and regulatory shifts. That data moves into the interpret layer, where agents synthesize unstructured noise to update a live strategic map. Companies also deploy synthetic customer intelligence to stress test products. These agents simulate user personas, collapsing feedback loops from months down to hours. AI functions as the autonomous engine for environmental sensing and strategic synthesis. Finally, synthesized signals reach the decide layer. Strategic architecture agents consume this data to output scenario models and capital allocation recommendations. This creates an explicit handoff. The AI produces the decisions, and the human C-suite reviews a dashboard to approve, reject, or redirect the action. A human manually approving every single decision acts as a gatekeeper, creating a linear choke point. A validator sets structural constraints and audits outcomes, intervening only on the exceptions. Because they don't review every baseline action, their leadership scales exponentially. Failing to make this distinction nullifies the speed advantage of the entire intelligence stack. As AI takes over information processing, the daily duties of the C-suite shrink to a specific set of human-only tasks. The first function is holder of purpose, maintaining the core intent and vision that an AI cannot generate. The second is narrator. Humans are responsible for injecting values, intent, and a specific risk appetite into the company's direction. The final function is validator, holding ultimate fiduciary accountability for the strategic actions executed by the organization. The CEO provides the moral, risk, and narrative coherence that anchors the automated system. You can apply the dabbling test to your own leadership. Has the majority of your time shifted away from processing information toward purpose and capital allocation? To force that shift, firms use a self-disruption probe. This is an automated threat model pointing inward, continuously evaluating the business model for obsolescence. The probe continuously asks one question: could a 3-person team with AI agents rebuild our highest margin business in 90 days? Agents run shadow simulations against company operations. If the model shows a core function can be replicated at a lower cost with fewer humans, the firm must immediately disrupt itself. If a leader cannot confidently answer that 90-day threat, they are playing a legacy game. Their competitors are already inside their decision loop.